Stress kills creativity. It zaps you of your energy. And it almost paralyzes you because you feel overwhelmed. Now, I want you fellas to kill stress. And how do you kill stress? How do you eliminate it? You eliminate it by not running away from the triggers. There is something that is triggering your stress right now, and it needs to be looked at. For example, if you're stressed about money, there's a reason why. Either you're not making enough, in which case increase your income. And I know someone's going to say, well, Ali, it's easier said than done. Well, it can be done. Fuck this pessimism, man. Eliminate pessimism. We're going to solve the problem. So we're going to make more money. Either we work another job, because some of you guys, you might just need to pick up a weekend job, or find another job. Right? Start looking right now. Whilst you're working, start looking. You can get a 20% pay increase just by leaving, because some companies, they won't give you a pay rise. I remember once this company offered me a 1% a year pay rise. I felt insulted by that. I was like, what the fuck? 1%? And then I left for a job that paid me 30% more. So sometimes that's the fastest way to increase your income. Just get another job. Right, but also it could be the poor decisions that you're making in terms of how you spend your money. You're financing a car that induces stress every single month because you're unsure of whether or not you can pay for it. And don't give me the whole, yeah, but Ali, I've got a good job. Yeah, well, that good job isn't safe. It's not what it seems to you. Because if they just suddenly decide, you know what, we're paying too much, we don't need this many employees, they can cut you out. And now what? What are you going to do now? How are you going to pay for the car now? Now, I know that financing a car is how most people do things these days. But the only time I believe you should finance a car is when you've got enough saved up so that if you are out of a job for 3 months, you can cover yourself, or 4 months. Okay? So I see this happening all the time because I was once that guy. I bought a BMW on finance when I was like, 21, I think. It was £400 a month. I was stressed. Every single month I was stressed because I didn't really have a clear career path that I knew I could develop in when I was 21. I was still in and out of jobs, unsure of where my future, was and which path I was going to take. So I was nervous every month. And that was excluding the insurance, which at the time was also very high. It was a BMW 325i, 3-litre petrol. Nice car. But was it worth the stress? I don't know. Now, I'm a car guy. So I do believe in driving something nice. And in fact, this is another piece of advice for you. If you've had some stability for a while, you've got some money saved up, I actually recommend that you do finance a car. A pretty nice one, because it makes you feel good about yourself and it forces you to grind harder. It does. But what I'm saying here is more so aimed at people who are really young and unsure of where their career path lays, and they're out there financing stuff that they know they can't afford. Okay, because hey, that car will be repossessed. I'm telling you right now, if you're not careful, they'll take it. And they will charge you a bomb as well to come and take it off you. Another thing could be, that you're spending money on holidays and these resorts and shit when you're broke. Don't be getting into credit card debt just to flaunt on Instagram that you're laying by a pool and shit. Mate, earn that stuff. I believe in earning your downtime. Work-life balance is good. It's important, right? You don't want to just be working. You need that time off to just kick back and relax. And sometimes that's when your best ideas come. But if you have to put yourself in a serious financial, like a really negative financial position in order to do that, then you're not really relaxing, are you? How are you going to be chilling on holiday thinking that, damn, I've got to pay off this £2,000 or £3,000 holiday once I get back? That's not a good holiday then. That's a prison sentence, right? You're just going away for 2 weeks. And then you're coming back and now, boom, you have to pay off this holiday. The fact that people can finance holidays now finance clothes. I mean, it's terrible. It feels so nice just paying in cash. I've done it. It's out the way. Now I can focus on the holiday. Now I can focus on other stuff, right? And even people are financing their meals now as well, which is crazy. If you're broke, fellas, you do not date when you're broke, because it's not a fun experience. I don't want you to be stressed when you're dating a woman, when you're taking her out. I don't want you to be looking at what she's picking on the menu thinking, oh, I sure hope she doesn't pick the most expensive one. Nah, man, you should be able to go to a date with your eyes closed. Yeah, done. Everything's paid for, cool, done, signed, sealed, delivered. Not, you're picking up the menu like, oh, God, no. No, I don't want you to be nervous. Okay? And also, the issue with stress is it stops those good ideas from developing in your mind, because what you're thinking of is the object of your fear. You're thinking about the thing that scares you, which is the lack of money. You're focusing on the lack of. And when you focus on the lack of, you continue to attract it. Remember, whatever you fear, you attract. And so we can solve a lot of these problems. It's just that when you're intimidated, you run away. That's your instinct. I don't want to have to deal with it. And so you avoid it. And when you avoid the problem, it doesn't go away. It just gets worse. When you avoid those letters saying, hey, you owe us this much, how comes you haven't paid yet? And you ignore it again and again and again. Sure enough, at some point, it's going to become unbearable. Or they may come and take some shit away, right? To settle the debts. And so don't ignore, don't run away. Address the thing that is causing you stress. And for some of you, it's not even financial related. For some of you, you're with a person that makes you feel stressed every single day. That's also a problem. You don't want to come home to an environment that's chaotic and negative. It just messes you up. I mean, a lot of guys have aged 20 years just by being with the wrong woman. Right? And it goes both ways, by the way. Some women are with men that are very negative and stressful to deal with. And so, yeah, if you're in a relationship like that, you need to get out. If you've tried resolving it and nothing seems to change, well, now you've got to end the relationship. Wish that person well and get out of there. Make your arrangements. I know some guys are going to comment, well, Ali, I've got kids. That's not an excuse to stay in an environment where you're disrespected, or an environment where you dread the walk up to the house. Maybe you sit in your car for half an hour because you can't be asked for the stress, or maybe you're preparing for the stress, right? So you got to get out of there, man. Make your arrangements. As a man, you got to respect yourself, your dignity, your integrity. You're not going to stay where you are not welcomed, where you are humiliated, to add to that, right? You want to come home to a peaceful environment. Of course, problems are always going to happen in relationships, right? But, you both work on them and you resolve them in a very loving way, and that's it. But if you're coming home and, plates are being thrown around the house and curse words, that's terrible. And that's not good for the kids either. It's much better that you part ways than you stay in an environment like that, because you're not setting a good example. I don't care how beautiful she is, and but Ali, she's beautiful. I don't care. If she's stressful, then you get out of there with your dignity intact. But when you're stressed, guys, honestly, nothing seems to click. Everything is just foggy in your mind, and you oversleep because you're worried. You don't want to deal with your problems, right? Your social life suffers when you're always stressed because you don't feel like socializing, especially when you're broke, because you feel like you're going to hold everyone else back and you're not able to go out and eat food without worrying about how much is in your account and stuff like that. Deal with this shit, fellas. Sometimes you're going to have to isolate yourself from people whilst you get your shit in order, your money, and, you got to make your arrangements. And you put yourself in this mess. You can't blame anybody. You have to take accountability. It was your fault. Nobody to buy that car. You did. In fact, a lot of people probably told you not to buy it. I remember my dad told me, Ali, you don't need that car. Just buy yourself another car in cash. And no, Dad, no, I need it, man. Well, he was right. I didn't need it. I wanted it. And if you dig deep, why did I want it? Well, it makes me look cooler, and of course I'm a car guy as well. But yeah, we can't ignore that, especially when we're young, we want to flex. We want to look like we're killing it, especially with the ladies, right? Oh yeah, I'm doing really well. But it's much better looking at your bank account and seeing that you've got 10K, 15K. You can go to sleep nice, comfortable, deep sleep, that quality sleep. When was the last time you closed your eyes and that's it, you had the most amazing sleep ever? For a lot of you guys, it's probably been a while. Because there's a lot of things that stress you out. And so you're in bed and you're rotating, you're spinning around like a tornado. Like the Tasmanian devil, right? Because you're worried, man. You don't want to wake up the next day because the stress is going to be there again. Well, it's always going to be there unless you address it. It ain't going to go away. It's painful to address it. It's painful to have to do extra hours, especially in a job that you don't particularly enjoy. But if it's necessary to get yourself out of a sticky situation, then you got to do it. Just the way it is. Okay, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You're a man. You're expected to deal with it. You're expected to get on with it. Sort the problem out. Don't be taking it out on your relatives or your wife. Oh, my life is bad. Well, you did it. They don't have to deal with the stress as well. You did it. Take it away from them. It's your fault. You address it. Honestly, man. And, stress is the biggest killer out there as well. And it's an accumulation. It doesn't get you straight away. It's an accumulation of a series of poor decisions. And sometimes a lot of people feel like there's nothing they can do. And that's a mistake. There is something you can do. There are people you can talk to. There are measures, but we paint a scary picture in our mind, and we like to believe that our situation can't be solved. Maybe other situations can be fixed, but ours is too big. That's what we tell ourselves. Yeah, my situation, fucked up. I can't do nothing. But yeah, this guy can. Some of us adopt that victim mentality. There's nothing that can be done. There is always something that can be done. Is it easy? No. It's going to be painful. But that's what it takes. You're going to have to make those difficult decisions, and you're going to have to get yourself out of that mess. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, fellas. Deal with the stress. Get on with it. Things are going to be better. Good days are coming. Remind yourself of that. If other people have gotten themselves out of debt and out of a horrible situation with a woman, and you can too. You've got to believe in that, man. You can't be living in the past, or, you can't be adopting the victim mindset. It's not going to serve you well. Good days are coming. You better believe it. Expect it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, comment, and let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.